There's still some companion missions where I'll need to do a little off-camera work just to collect stuff, but in the meantime, there are some that we can actually take care of right now. Left Hand of Divine is active. Yeah, we might as well do that one. So actually, we probably need to activate that from the war table. See if I can find it. That's definitely in Orlais. Left Hand of the Divine. Where is that?
What happened in Adamant is a shame. I'm still reeling over the army of demons. Imagine what would have happened if the Inquisitor hadn't arrived.
Oh, am I supposed to just do it from the map, I guess? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Apologies for that, folks. Let's see. Oh, yep. My mistake. All right. A letter written by Divine Justinia and posthumously delivered to Leliana, directed Leliana to visit Valence, a small village on the waking sea. The Divine left something in the chantry that Leliana must see. Here we have Varric's card changed there. Say Vivian. Take Cassandra. And for Rogue... yeah, we'll take Varric.
It's just as I remember it. You didn't tell me you'd been here before. After the Blight ended, I came here to see Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother. I didn't expect it to be so... deserted. It makes me uneasy. It's a small village, and it's too early for the chant. I'm sure the sisters are somewhere.
Leliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Valrayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lady, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
During that hug, Leliana gave us a pretty ominous sign with her eyes.
You owe me 20 readings of the Canticle of Trials for that insult. She doesn't mean it. Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember that faith sprung from a barren branch. That light has no fear of darkness. Above all, that strength lives in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something in here. Let's look around.
Do they still sing verses from the benedictions every Friday? That canticle was Justinia's favorite.
Yes, of course. We'd never give up the traditions of our most beloved divine.
That is lovely to hear.
Yeah.
I stare up at the breach sometimes. It's terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
When the sun rises through it, it splits into what looks like 1,000 suns, like a broken mirror.
Yes, spectacular, isn't it?
I
You
can
must
tell
be careful, Natalie.
Leliana is quizzing
You're
her
making their vying for position and the Sunburst throne.
Probably trying to ascertain what her true motives are, as it seems clear that Leliana does not trust this sister at all.
I was in the cloister in Lothering when the Blight began. There was a lot of fear back then. On a dead rose bush. And I thought, even in the midst of all this, life finds a way. The Maker hasn't abandoned us.
What was that?
Looks like we opened something.
This, apparently. Looks like the mural here is the Magisters being driven away by Andraste.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Finally. I was getting tired of all these tricks.
They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here.
She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thedas away from the true Chantry. It must be stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
If we let her go, she'll just run off to her cleric, won't she?
Likely.
Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
Well, in the end, she didn't get what she came for. She didn't actually end up hurting anybody. And Leliana already probably has enough blood on her hands.
We don't have to kill her.
No. I must protect the Inquisition. She is an enemy.
I see what you've become. The righteous stand before the darkness, and the Maker shall guide them.
No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
That's the second time we've asked Leliana not to kill someone, and she kills them anyway. Sometimes I wonder why we even bother. But again, it's moments like this, which is why I think Aurora is much more interested in supporting Cassandra as Divine.
Check again. Perhaps the box itself is a puzzle. She seemed the puzzling sort.
No, it's just an empty box. There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The Divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Then you have to let it go. Let her go. You don't owe her anything anymore.
This? Now? After everything you've said and done? And my poor dear Natalie. I called her sister once, but I couldn't risk leaving her alive. Don't tell me to let it all go after all I've sacrificed to get here. Justinia tried to save me, but all it's done is made me realize I don't need saving. There is work to be done. I'll see you back at Skyhold.
And so Leliana is continuing down a very dark path. Quite the tragedy, given how she started off in the first game. Alright, we head back to Skyhold. We can fast travel up to where Leliana is. Here we are.
Grand Cleric Vitois is scrambling after the loss of her ancient.
Good. Her support base is in Morale. Tear it down. Grand Cleric Victoire wishes to make an enemy of the Inquisition. I'll give her what she wants. Doesn't Victoire have a young cousin? Lord Firmin? She dotes on him.
Yes, mistress. I believe that is so.
Good. Have him collected. He shall be an honored guest, and make sure the Grand Cleric hears about it.
At your command.
Is everything under control?
Perfect. The Grand Cleric and others like her will fall in line soon enough. You see, when I'm ruthless, it gets us where we need to be. It's something to be proud of. Why fix it? How funny that her regret is what finally puts my own to rest. I chose to become her left hand, knowing what it meant. It was my weakness that stopped me from fully committing to my task.
You have a good heart. It's not a weakness.
You're too kind, Inquisitor. Call it what it is. The Inquisition needs me just as the Divine did, to do what no one else dares. Death and deception are my trade. It is what I am. It is what I always will be.
Poor Leliana. It's really sad to see her reduced to this. And I think she will regret it in the end. Apparently Varric has something new he wants to say to us. So we'll head on down. Excuse me, Solus. I always do that. This way. Oh, he's with another dwarf.
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
Bianca, you say?
Your name is Bianca.
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
I think it's more to it than that.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
Why do you both look like cats that got into the cream?
She's taken a huge risk coming here herself. Maybe for both of us.
You're such a worrier. There's a giant hole in the sky. I think the Merchants Guild has bigger things to think about.
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartrand's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a Deep Roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
Sounds like Red Templars.
How do we know they're not using multiple entrances to get to the Tig?
Navigating the Deep Roads isn't like the surface. There's no accurate maps of the whole system, and there are cave-ins, darkspawn, lava floods. If you find a route that gets where you're going, you don't deviate. Trying to find another way could be deadly.
Who could have given away the Tig's location?
There were a few people who knew. Hirelings from the expedition, a couple of close friends.
How they found out isn't important. What matters is we know where they are now.
If it's such a secret, how do you know about it, Bianca?
I told her. Right after the expedition, I wrote and told Bianca what we found. I had artifacts that needed buyers, and she had more contacts that would pay for them. Plus, I owed her.
You can get there from Orlais. It's a long way to the Free Marches.
The deep roads are all connected. Or they used to be. Collapses and such. Some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire, went to every corner of the continent, maybe further. In theory, you can get to any Tig using the deep roads, but in practice, there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all. Let me know when you want to head to the entrance.
And with that, we have Varric's personal quest. Speaking of which... Yeah, not sure what my voice did just there. Try again. Speaking of which, let's see what else we can do here. Those are fetch quests. Okay, this one we can do. We could do Varric's. That needs a fetch quest. Yeah, we got a few more we could do here. So let's do... Let's go ahead and do Varric's. Again, I like to do these quests kind of in the order that we meet the characters. To Valamar. Let's see, is Valamar on the map? I think Valamar is in the Hinterlands. Yeah, it is in the Hinterlands. It says right here. Okay. I entered that area before off camera when I was just doing side quests, so I've actually been there before. I think it is on this side. Oh no, it's down here. Okay, so we'll go to this camp. We definitely want to take Varric. Oops. Let's see, dealing with red lyrium. We'll take Dorian. What the heck? We haven't taken him along in a while. And we'll take Cassandra. Alright, it's been quite a while, but here we are back in the Hinterlands. We need to go this way a little bit and then turn. Yeah, I think we can make it up this ridge here. Actually, of all the various areas you can unlock that have mountains, I think the Hinterlands is kind of the most forgiving as far as how impassable some of the areas are. most of them, like over here, you don't have to travel too far before there's a pass somewhere. Yeah, I think this area looks familiar. Oh, go over here. And up and around. Where did I go too far? Oh, I did, didn't I? I clearly just have no sense of direction in this game. Alright. Take two. Go this way then? I guess this is it. Check the map one more time. There should be a way down around like that. I thought it was around the waterfall. How about up this way? Nope. Grr. Ah, wish there was a save point closer. It can't be around that way because then this area of the map would have been showing because I would have visited there before. May not be the most obvious location, but it is around here somewhere. Is this it? Maybe, almost. Let's see. Cut across here, maybe? Ah, finally. I guess that's how I must have done it last time. Got some random outlaws here. Oh, my companions are down at the bottom of the waterfall. So I have to go a little bit farther before they'll show up. Alright. Apologies for that annoying little delay there. But now we should have a straight shot. Just follow the river back to its source. And go up on this side and we go behind the waterfall. And in we go.
Finally. I started to think you weren't coming.
Nobody said you had to hang out in the creepy cave while you waited.
Well, I did wait, so let's make this quick. These idiots are carrying the red lyrium out in unprotected containers. We don't want to stick around long enough for it to start talking to us.
Why would the containers need to be protected?
Lyrium is incredibly dangerous in its raw form. It can poison or kill dwarves, and we're resistant to it. Sometimes it just explodes. No warning.
Basically, only crazy people mine lyrium.
The mining cast doesn't just sling it into a bucket. It's carried in special containers that keep it under control. And that's normal lyrium. The red stuff is worse. I wouldn't be surprised if most of their miners die just digging it up.
You seem to know more about the effects of red lyrium than most.
Varric told me plenty about what it did to him. And his brother.
How did you find this operation in the first place? There must be hundreds of Deep Roads entrances.
I've used this entrance in the past. Varric's not the only surface dwarf to explore the Deep Roads. Oh, I've got to admit, I was pretty surprised when I came here and found it full of humans.
We'd better get to work.
Sounds good to me.
Nope, we don't want to backtrack. So we need to find a locked door and open it. Last time I was here, there was an opening to the Deep Roads, and we sealed it. So I guess now we may have to unseal it. I think we need to go up and around, if I remember correctly.
So this is what you do now?
Beg pardon?
Skulking around in caves, shooting guys? Is this your day-to-day?
I usually try to avoid the caves.
My guess is these Carta people are fighting Darkspawn. Yep, there they are. Normal Darkspawn don't take much of the stage here in this particular game, but they do show up every now and then. Let's see, I think we go up here and down, I think. We get to the lowest level.
You had me worried, you know.
What did I do now?
That letter you sent me about the red lyrium was the first I'd heard from you since the Chantry explosion.
Had it been that long?
Seriously, if you died in that mess, I'd have come back to Kirkwall and dug you up just to kick your ass.
What would you do if I'd been cremated?
Kick your ashes, of course.
Oops. Have some leveling to do. So, for Varric. And for Dorian, oh, we have 2 points for him. Got the Necromancer tree here. And finally for Cassandra. Give her one more Templar ability.
I built these doors. They probably shut this one from the other side when they heard the ruckus we were making. Ta-da!
You've been here often enough to renovate the cave.
You already know I've used this entrance in the past. I don't know if Varric's told you, but the Merchants Guild is cutthroat. Literally. I built the doors to keep rivals from following me down here and arranging accidents.
Admit it, you've been waiting to do that since we arrived.
Of course I was. After you.
clear out the card out here.
How is what's-his-name?
Bogdan? He's in Navarra right now, selling my machine to wealthy landowners.
I heard some of the guild were trying to get you named a paragon for that contraption.
That's not gonna happen, even if I am 10 times the Smith Bronca ever was. A surfacer paragon? Never.
I still have some corrupted wardens working for Courtyard, it seems. Got enough spell and ability effects going on at once that every now and then the game has to slow down just a little bit. Oh, is there still one? Oh, there is still one. Not anymore.
You know, this is almost fun. Kinda like old times.
I don't recall us ever shooting people together.
Remember crashing Bartram's guild dinner? We might as well have shot him.
This isn't nearly as dangerous as pissing off my brother.
Oh, nope, ran out of inventory. That's okay, those are not unique items. Deep Roads key.
There you are. They won't be able to use this entrance again.
Bianca.
You want to say something, Varric?
Andraste's ass, Bianca. You're the leak?
When I got the location, I went and had a look for myself. And I found the red lyrium, and I studied it.
You know what it does to people.
I was doing you a favor. You want to know how this stuff works just as much as I do. I just wanted to figure it out.
How did you go from studying red lyrium to giving the location to Corypheus?
I found out that red lyrium... it has the blight, Varric. Do you know what that means?
What? The two deadly things combined to form something super awful?
Lyrium is alive, or something like it. Blight doesn't infect minerals, only animals. I couldn't get any further on my own, so I looked for a Grey Warden mage. Blight and magical expertise in one, right? And I found this guy, Larius. He seemed really interested in helping my research. So I gave him a key.
Larius? He was the Grey Warden we met in Corypheus's... Oh, shit. I knew something seemed off.
I didn't realize until you said you found red lyrium at Haven. I came here and, well, then I went to you.
Ah, yes. Last time we saw Larius, he was walking off after we had defeated Corypheus. Apparently he was either possessed by Corypheus or ended up falling to his influence as well.
That name means something to you, Varric?
He was at the Grey Warden prison where we found Corypheus. And he definitely wasn't a mage before.
You had to know we'd figure out what happened, Bianca. Why did you insist on coming with us?
Varric told me what people were doing with the red lyrium. I had to help make this right.
You told Varric you had a lead, so we'd straighten out your mistake.
I know I screwed up, but we did fix it. It's as right as I can make it.
This isn't one of your machines. You can't just replace a part and make everything right.
No, but I can try, can't I? Or am I supposed to wallow in my mistakes forever, kicking myself, telling stories of what I should have done?
Ha! As if I would tell stories about my own mistakes.
Oh, for pity's sake, would you two just get a room?
Sorry, Inquisitor. We've done all we can here. Bianca, you'd better get home before someone misses you.
Varric.
Don't worry about it.
Get him killed, and I'll feed you your own eyeballs, Inquisitor.
Alright, unfortunately it doesn't just automatically take us back to Skyhold. We have to do the little runaround here. But as soon as we get back out to the Hinterlands, we can quick travel. Seems like there's a long history between Varric and Bianca, as one might expect given how he named his crossbow. I'm assuming one of the adventures that he and Bianca had is that one story he can never tell, as he likes to put it. Maybe because he made a mistake then. He did say that he never told stories about his own mistakes. Alright, let's meet up with Varric, and we'll close out this quest.
I'm glad to have answers, but... shit. The second she showed up here, I knew. I let this mess happen. I gave her the Tig. I am not good at dealing with shit like this.
I don't think anyone is equipped any better than you are.
No, the point is, I don't deal with things. If Cassandra hadn't dragged me here, I'd be in Kirkwall right now pretending none of this was happening.
You know that's not true. You've worked as hard as any of us to stop Corypheus.
Is that true? I don't even know anymore. Thank you for your help back there.
After all this, do you think you'll see Bianca again?
I always do.
Alright, let's head for next on the list, so to speak. Let's see, so we have Cole we met last, so we'll save his for later. Yeah, let's do this one. Is that active? I guess we need to go to the Storm Coast, I think, for this one. Yep. And it's somewhere over there. I guess this is as close as we can get. Alright, so we definitely have to take the Iron Bowl. We'll take Dorian again. And take Sarah.
All right. Our Qunari contact should be here to meet us.
He is. Good to see you again, Hisrad.
Gat! Last I heard, you were still in Saharan.
They finally decided I'd calmed down enough to go back into the world.
Boss, this is Gat. We work together in Saharan.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor. Hisrad's reports say you're doing good work.
Iron Bull's name is Hisrad.
Under the Qun, we use titles, not names.
My title was Hisrad, because I was assigned to secret work. You can translate it as Keeper of Illusions, or...
Liar. It means liar.
Well, you don't have to say it like that.
It's so nice to hear friends say good things about me in their secret spy reports.
He does. But they aren't really secret, are they?
Look, Gat.
Relax. Unlike our superiors, I know how it works out here. We're in this together. The Tevinter Imperium is bad enough without the influence of this Venatori cult.
Yes. Filthy, decadent brutes, the lot of them. I'm certain life would be much better for all of us under the Qun.
It was for me, after the Qunari rescued me from slavery in Tevinter. I was 8. The Kyun isn't perfect, but it gave me a better life.
Yes, one free from all that pointless free will and independent thought. Such an improvement.
The Imperium and the Kunari both have their problems.
Fair enough, I suppose.
I'm not here to convert anyone. All I care about is stopping this red lyrium from reaching Minrathos.
With this stuff, the Vince could make their slaves into an army of magical freaks. We could lose Saharan and see a giant Tevinter army come marching back down here.
The Ben Hasrath agree. That's why we're here. Our dreadnought is safely out of view and out of range of any Venatori mages on shore. We'll need to eliminate the Venatori, then signal the dreadnought so it can come in and take out the smuggler ship.
What do you think, Bull?
Don't know. I've never liked covering a dreadnought run. Too many ways for crap to go wrong. If our scouts underestimate enemy numbers, we're dead. If we can't lock down the Venatori mages, the ship is dead. It's risky.
Riskier than letting red lyrium into Minrathos?
There might be Venatori mages on the ship as well, if the dreadnought can't handle them.
It's unlikely there'll be more than 2 or 3 mages on the ship, and they'll be dead by the 3rd shot. On land, though, a half-dozen Venatori attacking the dreadnought from cover could do some serious damage.
If it's dangerous for the dreadnought close to shore, why not attack when the smugglers reach open water?
Any decent smuggling ship can outrun a dreadnought on open water. We need to catch them close to shore.
I could have crushed any Venatori resistance with the Inquisition's main forces. Why not use them?
Because then the Venatori would have seen you coming and run. They'd schedule a new shipment for later, and our spies might not know when or where. This is risky, yes, but it's our best chance to destroy the shipping operation permanently.
Let's go hold up our end of this bargain, then.
My agent suggested 2 possible locations the Venatori may be camped to guard the shore. There, and there. We'll need to split up and hit both at once.
I'll come with you, boss. Krem can lead the charges. Let me fill him in. Come by when you're ready to move.
Just waiting on you and Hisrad, or Iron Bull, I guess. I'll be waiting here.
Oops. Oh, we can actually talk to him again.
Let me know when you're ready.
You knew Iron Bull back when he fought in Saharan?
Yes, he led the group that freed me. I was a Magister's slave, and when the Magister went to Saharan, he brought me along. For company. Iron Bull and his men attacked my master's ship and killed him, as well as his soldiers. Bull set me free.
And you decided to start following the Kyun after that?
What do you think? I just watched a giant horned warrior kill the Magister who hurt me.
He never told me about this.
One of the few things he hasn't shared with you, I gather. Sure, Bull. Share the secret Ben Hasrath reports, but keep that bit where you saved the elf boy to yourself.
Is Bull going to get in trouble for passing those reports on?
The Ben Hasrath aren't pleased with how forthcoming Bull has been, but he was one of their best agents. He kept the streets clean in Saharan longer than anyone before him or after. He fought until it nearly killed him. The Ben Hasrath trust him enough to accept how he joined the Inquisition, even if they don't like it. Besides, they hate to discard a tool that might still have some use left in it. That's why I have a job.
It sounds like following the Kyun hasn't always been easy.
I had a temper. Bull's nickname for me, Gat, comes from Gatlock, the explosive power in Canary cannons. I was so angry when I was first freed. I wanted revenge. I wanted to find my family, who was still enslaved in Minrathos. I thought about leaving when the Kyun didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, but I didn't.
Why not?
The Canary were always ready to listen, to teach. They cared for me as much as one of their own. And if I leave, the parts of the Kyun that I don't like are never going to change.
How did an elf end up working for the Kunari out here?
The Ben Hasrath usually pick elves or humans to work outside of Kunandar. We're a little harder to spot. I've worked in Orlais and Navarra, but only for a few years now.
What did you do before that?
When I was old enough, I fought Tevinter forces in Saharan. I was too angry to do much else. It took me a long time to accept the Kyun, to get past justice to purpose. Some days are still difficult.
Oops.
I'll be waiting here.
Hit the wrong button there.
Let me know when you're ready.
No one's actually detailed how an alliance with the Kunari will help the Inquisition.
The answer to that is above my rank. But the Qunari don't really bargain. They don't know how. I doubt you want Qunari troops stomping around your stronghold, and you're too far away for supplies to be useful. You get more use out of our ships, I imagine, and the agents we've got spread across Thedas. We know a lot more than what Bull sees in those reports he's been forwarding to your spy master.
Do you have a minute to talk about the Kyun?
I'm a spy, Inquisitor, not a teacher. I'm not interested in converting anyone or debating the philosophy. But I suppose it would make for an interesting report to hear the Inquisitor's opinion of the Kyun.
To be honest, I don't really understand enough of the Kyun to judge it.
I think you have to be raised under the Kyun for it ever to make sense. The people who join as adults either end up unhappy or, well, for many, it's just a kind of form of slavery. I like the simplicity. I like knowing my place and knowing that it's the right place. Other parts I've struggled with myself.
I'll let you know when we're ready.
I await your pleasure, Inquisitor.
Well, again, it's nice that he's being honest about it.
Once they're down, send up your signal. That'll let the Dreadnought know it's safe to come in.
Understood, Chief.
Remember, you're gonna want a volley to start, but don't get suckered into fighting at range. They've got mages.
It's all right. We've got a mage of our own.
I'm not a mage.
Get in close and take their enchanter down before he takes over the battlefield.
He'll be dead before he knows it.
Just pay attention, all right? The Vince want this red lyrium shipment bad.
Yes, I know. Thanks, Mother.
Qunari don't have mothers, remember?
We'll be fine, Chief.
All right, Chargers. Horns up!
Horns up!
Ready whenever you are, boss.
I'm ready to head out, Bull.
Right. Chargers, hit 'em hard and hit 'em fast. When this is over, drinks are on me.
You got it, Chief. Charges! Double time! Let's move!
Alright, I think
Gave your
they put you
charges
on
the
right
easier
direction.
target.
You think?
Lower and farther from the smuggler's ship, it's much less likely to be heavily defended.
Suppose we'll do the heavy lifting then. Just like old times.
Be careful. My agent said to expect opposition ahead of the main camp.
We've all done this a few times, Gat.
You've been living outside the Kyun for years now, Iron Bull. Just wanted to make sure your reflexes hadn't gotten as soft as the rest of you.
Ouch.
Definitely two old friends there.
Blades already!
Anyone want to kill that last Venatori there? We just want to stand around. Thank you.
You must wish you were back in Tevinter, Mage. No soldiers to guard you here, no slaves to wait on you.
It's the lack of fashion that really strikes fear into my heart.
You know nothing of fear.
And do you intend to teach me?
No. You serve the Inquisition, and the Ben Hasrath wish an alliance. For now, that is enough.
Okay. Oops, got some up here.
Can you make out any of your mercenaries down there?
Not from here. Probably a better view once we take the Vince camp.
Worried?
They're my men. I've been with some of them for years.
I like how he didn't answer the question.
Get ready. We're close.
There you are. Surprise! Venatori Mage. I'm going to take him out fairly quick. Thank you, Iron Bull. That worked. Thanks, Dorian.
We're clear, Cat.
Right. Signaling the dreadnought.
Chargers already sent theirs up. See them down there?
I knew you gave them the easier job.
There's the dreadnought. That brings back memories. Nice one. Crap.
They've still got time to fall back if you signal them now.
Yeah,
Your men need to hold that position, Bull.
they do that. They're dead.
And if they don't, the Venatori retake it and the dreadnought is dead. You'd be throwing away an alliance between the Inquisition and the Canary. You'd be declaring yourself Talvashoth. With all you've given the Inquisition, half the Ben Hassra think you've betrayed us already. I stood up for you, Hisrad. I told them you would never become Talvashoth.
They're my men.
I know, but you need to do what's right, Hisrad. For this alliance, and for the Qun.
And so we get to probably the hardest decision for me personally I ever had to make since back when we had to deal with Anders. Because on the one hand, BioWare is very delightfully evil by letting you get to know at least a little bit about who the Chargers are. That's why you have to go through the cutscene of meeting his men before you can actually do this mission, so that you actually know who they are and have spoken with them, so they're not just pawns to be thrown away. At the same time, though, being able to hold that position is what will save the Dreadnought and establish an alliance between the Inquisition and the Canary. So I sat here for quite a long time just kind of debating it back and forth, you know, what was the more correct decision. And it was really tipping back and forth. And actually, for my very, very first run, I chose to save the Dreadnought. Because I thought, well, you know, it's not, as far as Aurora knows, it's not guaranteed that the Chargers will be killed. You know, some of them might survive, and after all, they're, you know, they pledged to this mission, and they're mercenaries, so they accept the fact that they may be killed in battle, because the prize is a powerful alliance with the Canary. Now, originally, I had planned for this to be the next decision for everyone to kind of voice an opinion on, because I personally had found it so difficult. So I wanted to have you guys choose. However, there's two reasons that I've decided to just go ahead. The first is I found out that near the very end of the last DLC, there's an event, a very tragic event that will happen if you go down this road and save the Dreadnought. It involves Iron Bull. And I'd really like to avoid that tragic event if at all possible. The other reason actually has to do with this particular run-through, and that is that Aurora and Leliana have gotten into some debates over whether or not it's okay to so willingly sacrifice people under your control for the greater good. And while Leliana has grown more and more convinced that she can do, quote, what needs to be done, no matter what the sacrifice, Aurora seems to be taking the other view. And I think that plays out in this decision here. So we'll have Aurora tell Iron Bull to pull back the Chargers and thus sacrifice both the Dreadnought and the Canary Alliance.
Call the retreat.
Don't!
They are falling back.
All these years, Hisrad, and you throw away all that you are. For what? For this? For them?
We can make this up to your people.
No, you can't.
No way they'll get out of range. Won't be long now.
Bo, when the dreadnought sinks...
Sinks? Qunari dreadnoughts don't sink. Come on. Let's get back to my boys.
That's the downside of all that black powder.
Hey, boss.
Inquisitor, it is my duty to inform you that there will be no alliance between our peoples. Nor will you be receiving any more Ben Hassrath reports from your Talvishoth ally.
You under orders to kill me, Gat?
No. The Ben Hassrath have already lost one good man. They'd rather not lose two.
So much for that.
The loss of the Ben Hassrath information will hurt. Can we smoke out some of your old contacts?
They'll pool their people soon enough. But we might be able to identify the agents who replaced them. You're late.
Sorry, Chief. Still sore from fighting off all those vents. Good to see you, Inquisitor.
That fight against the Venatori was a bit dicey.
We knew that you and the Chief had our backs, Your Worship. Chief's even breaking open a cask of chasing sackmead for the charges tonight.
Damn it, Krem. That's the kind of thing you don't have to mention to the Inquisitor.
Sorry, Chief.
Ah, forget it. You're doing fine.
And deep down, of course, Iron Bull is pleased. You imagine what the loss of all of his men would have done to him. All right. We could go on to do Coles, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff done off screen to get the other couple of side quests that I want to complete on camera. Get them ready to fire off so that you don't have to spend time watching me wander around any more than you have to. So I'll say that wraps it up for this recording session, and we'll complete stuff for this current chapter so that we can move on to the next one when we get back. So until next time, fellow adventurers, take care.